106.1 Kiss FM, all the hits. I'm Gavin. It is the midday show. I am joined now on the phone by Michael Rosenbaum, Newburgh native. How are you today, Michael? I'm
super. I'm very excited about coming out to Evansville, my old stomping ground, and just hanging out with the boys and the family, and going to play some hockey with the Thunderbolts, man.
Yeah, you're actually gonna take the ice, aren't you?
You know, Saturday morning I'm going to skate with the guys, Stephen Thorne and Tanner, shoot some pucks on them, and hang out with the team on Saturday morning at the Ford Center like 10 a.m. And then at the game that night, 7:15, I got like 40 people coming with me in the party deck, and family and friends. So we're going to go for superhero night, man.
Yeah, because you definitely have some ties to the superhero world, because you played Lex Luthor on Smallville for many, many years.
For 166 episodes, Gavin, but hey, who's counting?
I know. I thought you were saying 166 years. I was like, that show had a very good run.
It felt like it. It felt like it was. No, but it was awesome, and it's a treat when Tim Young and the guys at Bill called me, and they're like, hey, you want to come out and skate with the Bolts and come to superhero night? I was like, oh, hell yeah. Just the fact that Evansville has a hockey team, and I know they had the Icemen, and now they have the Thunderbolts. For me, it's exciting because, especially if you haven't been to a live hockey game, you don't know what it's like. You have to see it live. It's just, the energy's electric.
It's like no other sport, because you never know what's going to happen, and a game can turn so quickly, and that's why I love hockey a whole lot, and I've been able to check out a couple Thunderbolts games this year. So to have you out there and to support the community with this, thank you so much for not forgetting Newburgh and Evansville.
Never. I shot a movie back in the day. It was called a couple of years ago, and brought a bunch of people, actress Morena Baccarin and Nick Swartzen and Harlan Williams and Isaiah Mustafa, who's the Old Spice guy, and we did this little independent movie in Indiana, and I said, hey, people are saying, you can shoot this in L.A. I'm like, no, you can't. It has to feel authentic. It has to feel like playing wiffle ball in the backyard and drinking beers and going to the Pizza King and cruising Green River. And so we made that movie a couple of years ago, and I always like to come home. I don't get to do it very often, but my mom's there, my sister's there. I try to get a free Sonic hamburger every once in a while because she works there.
And that's what was so cool when I got to check out back in the day, was like, oh, this movie is cruising Green River Road right now, an activity I did in high school, and you see all the cool Evansville and Newburgh landmarks, and you shot it at Castle High School, correct?
Yeah, shot it at the high school, and I'm telling you, when you're working on a low-budget movie like this, you don't have much time. I think we shot the whole movie in 18 days, and most movies, you have like 4 months of shooting, so we were just flying, but everybody, the community was amazing. They let us shoot at Washington Square Mall and Nob Hill in Newburgh, and it was really special for me, because these are the places that I grew up going to and hanging out with my friends, so I always love coming back. And now that Evansville has a hockey team, man, this is incredible. It's really incredible.
It is very incredible. Now, the comic nerd in me would kick myself if I did not ask you this question. What do you think of the current DC universe in the movie world? Have you checked out those films? What are your
I hate to. I'm not a hater. I'm one of these guys that I really believe that. I try to root other actors on and cheer them on and say, hey, if anybody's having a successful career, that's great. I'm not going to be one of these guys. I should be doing that role, and I should be. And I don't like to put things down. Maybe that's because I'm getting a little mature at my age, but my friends dragged me to Batman versus Superman, and everybody really put that movie down. For me, I always felt like the Joker was the crazy guy. Joker can go nuts and do all these whacked out things and get away with it. To me, Lex Luthor was more the guy who was he was really bright.
He was more calculated,
and he's more calculating. And to me, that character needs to be more powerful. You don't need him to be off the wall, and I think he could be charming and he could be a little crazy at times or get there, but you have to earn that. And so for me, I always wanted, that's when I played him, I didn't want to do the role unless they allowed me to play him more grounded, more real, and that's why I did enjoy it, because I wasn't playing a cartoon. So I think in my problem with it, it got a little hokey and it got a little crazy, but and they make a lot of those movies. It's just like every day there's a new. It's Batman versus Superman. It
doesn't feel as special anymore.
It's not as to me it's not as special. But You know, like I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That
yeah,
to me that was just different, and it just sets up a different world, and you know, that was really cool. But yeah, you know, and I'm very blessed to have been on Smallville for all those years, but yeah, it's almost like Smallville kind of started that whole thing in a way. Not to toot our own horn, but since if you think about it,
feel free to do so.
Well, I felt like Smallville was that first show, and now there's a million shows about the Flash and the Green Arrow, or the Arrow. What else?
And they've got
Gotham and all these shows. I'm not saying they're bad, but I felt like Smallville kind of started it all, which was kind of neat.
It was definitely ahead of its time, and it's a show I still very much enjoy to this day. Michael, thank you so much for being able to call in and talk with me today. Superhero Night is happening this Saturday at the Ford Center. I'll have all the details.
I'll be there.
You will be there. I'm expecting a lot from you because you've kind of hyped yourself up as an amazing hockey player. So
No,
yes.
Gavin.
Yes.
Look, I said I'm a good player for an actor.
Okay.
But not like these guys are young, fast. They're good players. I'm just there to have a laugh and maybe tackle a few players and whatever.
Well, I'm looking forward to it very much. Michael, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on Saturday.
You're the best.